Yeah, brother.
You ready?
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Peter Barber. I'm a professional singer and music producer, and today, for the first time ever, we're going to be checking out Sleep Token. This is their song, Chokehold. I've never heard this group. I do know they are a rock band from the UK. They always wear masks, so they keep their identities secret, essentially. And I know they've been labeled under a number of different genres under the umbrella of rock. Super excited, and I've also gotten a bunch of requests, not only for Sleep Token, but to do Will Ramos's cover of this song. So I'll probably be checking that out in the near future as well. If you haven't seen my first video for Will, I will leave that up here, I believe. And you guys can check that out. But guys, without further ado, let's get into Sleep Token, Chokehold. First time ever. No idea what to expect, but I am very excited. Let's do it.
When we were made, it was no accident. We were tangled up like branches in a flood.
This is so epic. So as a music producer, I'll talk about some of the audio engineering stuff as well. I just love the atmosphere that's being created by these super like sawtooth, really buzzy synths. And we also have this extremely extorted electric guitar that's playing incredibly low. Let's see what key we're in. G minor, I believe. And we've got some this buzzy electric, very synthy, distorted guitar playing, almost down to the not the bottom of the piano, but probably that low G right here. Like way down there in the contra register. But there's this crazy atmosphere, things are shifting around, and then this vocalist comes in, and it's just an incredible voice. There's amazing vocal fold closure. There's so much presence in the sound, and I also love the atmosphere they've created around the vocal as well. Let's go back. I want to hear the entrance of this vocalist again, but really, really cool start. Yeah, that low G.
When we were made,
Oh, unavailable.
it was no accident.
It was no accident. I love the distortion of the vowels and the added use of breath on that initial onset. I was trying to get these captions up, but they are unavailable. So that's up to just D4 here. So we're not going super high yet, but you can just feel the power and feel kind of what this singer's voice can do. Right now, it's obviously, we're at the start of the song, got a long way to go, but I feel like there's like a beast laying dormant, especially if Will Ramos covered it. There's probably some intense vocals coming our way.
It was no accident. We were tangled up like branches
I love how much the singer's playing with the words. Branch off the light. Reminds me of, who does it remind me of? Pearl Jam. Reminds me a little bit of the singer from Pearl Jam and how that how that lead singer manipulated vowels and manipulated words. Usually to convey emotion, to convey the message, right? Sometimes saying the word with perfect diction or whatever is not always necessary, especially in this kind of genre. I mean, you can take that even further when you get into the stuff like Will Ramos singing in Lorna Shore, or some of the really heavy, deathcore groups where it's really tough to hear anything about what they're saying. I've heard some people who are kind of more used to that singing can identify the words a bit better. I certainly cannot identify them very well, but it's more about the feeling. It's more about the kind of visceral experience of it. So perfect diction's not always the best thing. Sometimes it is in opera, which is what I do professionally mainly. That's very important to have very clear diction. Very different genre, despite some similarities, which we can get into. But enough ranting. Let's keep listening.
I come as a blade,
Hey,
a sacred guardian.
I just want to go back and highlight that little flip up into just a very light falsetto, male falsetto head voice there. Just very cool and not something I was actually expecting at all. It adds a kind of gentle aspect to the singing, right? Taking away from that really amazing vocal fold closure and chest-connected singing we're hearing so far.
A sacred guardian. A sacred guardian.
What are we looking at here?
So you keep me sharp and test my worth in blood.
I love going to this flat 7. Bum 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 bum, G minor to F major. I just absolutely love that. It's also part of my favorite cadence, which is called an Aeolian cadence. Maybe they'll do it later, and I can point it out.
My worth in blood.
So you can feel the pulse, dum, dum, mm, but it's still, they're keeping this atmospheric vibe in this sound, even though there is a pulse, there is a BPM to this section, but it's done in a kind of syncopated way. It's not like things are just hitting. There's actually no drums yet, so this is all being done with the guitars and distortion and other elements that are happening right now. You can feel the underlying pulse, which is how the singer's able to stay in time, right? But it's not clearly defined. It's, again, more of a felt thing than like a in-your-face kind of thing.
You got me in a chokehold. You got me in a chokehold. You got me in
Hell yeah, brother. I couldn't believe that section change. So all of this bassy, distorted atmosphere that we've gotten used to and accustomed to listening to this song so far completely drops out, and we get some like lighter piano. We get some kind of ghostly vocals adding to the atmosphere as well. That was such an unexpected change. And then we get back and the drums finally come in and we get all that bass back in the sound. and it goes into more like, you know, the heavy rock style that I've kind of been expecting this whole time. All right, bassy synthy. This. We have these trap hi-hats. Like, which is actually that's tough to beatbox. We got like this almost like this trap beat with this weird like funhouse piano happening, and also with these ghost-like vocals. That is just not a texture I was expecting at all. It almost sounds like they have like crowds like yelling in the background, which I've actually used in some of my songs just to add atmosphere. You can literally find samples for huge crowds chanting. It sounds like there's a that is happening way in the background in this mix. Then we get these big monstrous drum fills and drum hits, and then we also get these huge hits on guitar, but then they go away and then they come back. So we get like gaps in between the sound, like wall of sound, sound gone, wall of sound, sound gone. It's pretty chaotic and I love it. Woo. I love that huge guitar that comes in. That's phenomenal. So we're in the second section of this new larger section, and I believe we just got some little background vocals as well beyond the chanting. Yeah. Hell yes. Okay, so now, amazing. So they went through this huge chorus section, we'll call it that for now, and then back to the original kind of atmospheric section, how they started with these low, buzzy synths. And then we get into this next section, verse 2, presumably, and it feels more like what you'd expect in like, basically hard rock, where you've got the drums, you've got the big melodies, you've got the vocal right in the front with the edge to it. I love this singer's voice. It's phenomenal. More par for the course for what you'd expect out of like a hard rock group. But we have this 2.5 minutes of like, no idea what's happening next. We got atmosphere, then we got the weird trap beat in there with the ghostly vocals. This has been a journey. Really enjoying it. Yeah, really, like, very few elements here now, right? We don't have a ton going on. We have drum, bass, guitar, lead vocals. That's pretty much it for this section. I want to talk a little bit about this singer's voice. It's just excellent. Yeah. it's got such an edge to it, but it's what's amazing about this voice is there's so much brightness and presence and edge to the sound, but it doesn't sound like really forward placed. Like it has a nice balance of space in the throat and presence up front, which is not unlike what we are trying to do as professional opera singers as far as spacing, where you want to have a ton of buzz but a ton of space in the throat, so you get what's called a chiaro scuro sound, both a clear and dark sound. This guy could have been an opera singer. Mark my words. Great vocal fold closure. Already has an idea about spacing in the throat. It's really wonderful, and it's that sound where it's because there's an edge to it. You can kind of feel where the intensity can go. Like if the singer were to take it up into the higher part of his chest range, it's only going up to like D right now, which is not high, especially for likely a low-lying tenor voice. We'll see. I haven't heard the singer go beyond like a fifth or an octave right now, so it's very hard to tell. But yeah, those are some interesting characteristics about this voice that I think really make for something special and something I'm really enjoying listening to. We got a little quick high F there. That flat 7 again. Other than that, still staying right in the singer's comfort zone. We haven't heard him stretch those vocal folds out to go really high yet. We have some added dissonance. F sharp, yeah, of course. See, F sharp is not in G minor. They've thrown the leading tone into a natural G minor scale. It's in these background elements. So the first part of the section, drums, bass, guitar, lead vocal. Then the second half of the section, some other more atmospheric elements started finding their way into the mix, into the background. And within that, keep an eye out for, because it clashes really hard with the G. Really, really cool. Adding that kind of mystery and keeping you on the edge of your seat, right? Certainly keeping me on the edge. Also, there's nothing happening in the video, but I'm still so captivated by it. Oh! There's something so powerful. I'm not going to go back to the start of that, but there's something so powerful about just a constant hit on the piano. Ja, ja, ja. Because the piano really is a percussion instrument. It does play notes, it plays melodies, but articulation on the piano is pretty jagged. It's not like a stringed instrument or a bowed instrument. It's not like a voice. It's really a percussive instrument. And so because of that, if you have a piano hitting every beat, it's almost like a drum hitting every beat and really creating this kind of drive to the sound. High G. Okay, now we get to hear the singer go up to that high G. Chokehold, right? First time we've heard that, I think. I don't think we heard it in the first chorus moment. You know what's also interesting? It's the first time, I think, we've heard vibrato in his sound on the highest notes, which, as far as vocal technique goes, I mean, having vibrato in the highest part of your chest range when you've got to have all the breath support and you've got to have all the tension to stretch the vocal folds out to be able to maintain that healthy, natural sound up there is notoriously hardest for singers to do. Same with women in the really high part of their either chest voice or their head voice if they're singing opera. So that you've got to have a lot of vocal freedom to make vibrato, to create vibrato up on that high G in chest voice. Unless he's a much, much, much higher tenor than I think. But I think the G is probably getting towards the top of his full chest range, but that's where we hear vibrato for the first time. That's very interesting. He goes, chokehold, chokehold. It's on the latter half of the word choke. You hear that vibrato. I love the super long sustained note he has at the end, and how they land. They leave it on an unresolved chord for a very long time before finally resolving back to this G minor. So the drum fills throughout this whole section. Like just phenomenal drum fills left and right. Oh, you know what? I love how he holds. He holds the 5. So they're settling on a 5 chord, right, which wants to resolve to the 1. It's from D to G. But because D is still in the 1, our singer here can hold that D while the other instrumentation results back to the 1, and then he's sitting on the 5th of the 1 instead of the first note of the 5 chord. So that's a really, really nice kind of suspension there. But not really a suspension because it's in the chord. Actually, other than a that's really interesting. Some of the bass elements are actually on C, which is the 4. But he's on the 5. So we have a suspension there, and then it resolves down to the 1. And then we get that open 5th. That was absolutely sensational. Thank you all for recommending Sleep Token and Chokehold. And I think right now, because I've just heard this one, I'm going to go make a video for Will Ramos's cover of it. So stay tuned. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you either learned something or experienced the music in a new way or heard something in the music you've never heard before. That is my whole goal with this channel, and I'm bringing about 10 years of professional singing, music production, composition, all of that in a bunch of different genres to these analysis videos. So I think I can offer a really unique perspective using all those genres, using all that experience to tell you guys about what's going on. And it's always fun to do a first time because I don't know what I'm going to talk about. You know, it's whatever I hear. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. If you'd like to support this channel, you can either do the Buy Me a Coffee thing below if you want to do a one-time donation, or you can join my Patreon for recurring donations where you also get tons of benefits as well. So head over there, join my private Discord server. Love to see you guys, and I will see you for the next Sleep Token video. Cheers.